Well, I have good news and bad news for you guys. Good news is that we are 74-40 and are 13 and a half games ahead of the Tigers. Also, we are 7-3 in our last 10 games, while the Tigers went 3-7 in their last 10. Unfortunately, the bad news is we get to view our draft picks. And Nicholas Smith, who looks so good, not only to MLB and their draft rank, but to our scouts, is absolutely pretty awful. I've seen worse, but for a first round pick, he starts out fairly well at a 68 overall, but his potential is 81. So we didn't get ourselves an ace or a number 3 starter. We probably didn't even get a long reliever. The draft is on me, so that is my fault. I thought that we had everything checked out. Major League Baseball said he was good. Our scout said he was good. And we just missed. We took a big whiff on Nicholas Smith. It's unfortunate that his potential is only an 81. But he should be a great lifetime, solid AAA pitcher, which will help our AAA team win maybe some championships. We'll see. But it gets worse, folks. Harvey Falk, our second round pick, if I am correct, not only is his potential only a 77, but his overall is a 49. So I don't even know if he could reach a 77. But he is 18, so that he has time, I guess. And if we do this franchise for 5 or 6 years, we may see Harvey Falk again. I thought it couldn't get worse, and I saw Thad Kelsey, third baseman. Not only does he have lower potential at 75 overall, but he just has a lower overall at 46. So that's terrible. 19-year-old Geraldo Diaz, maybe the gem of the bunch, if you will, at 79 potential, and he's already a 67 overall. I will say he's no Greg Maddux. I don't see him winning Gold Gloves in the minor leagues. His fielding is a 4. I don't know if I've ever seen that. But we move on to Juan Ramirez. '76 potential. 54 overall. But again, he is 18. So there is hope that he can reach C potential one day. I'll skip down to our final pick, Abraham Castellano, who went unsigned. He just did not want to accept our offer, even though it was more than he had asked for. So he's going to college somewhere. So Colby Stinson, I saw him, 23-year-old shortstop. And we just talked about having too many shortstops, right? 94 potential. He's a 54 overall. I don't know if I've ever seen that either. A guy that has that high a potential that could be 40 points lower in his overall. It'd be one thing if Colby Stinson was 18 and he had time to get close to that 94 potential. But Colby Stinson is a man. Like he could have gone to war for 5 years, or I mean, he could have been doing anything. Says he's a fourth year senior, but he looks like he's 33 in that picture. So our best potential player, Colby Stinson, is yet another shortstop. But I don't think the other shortstops in our organization should be scared, as Stinson is already 23 and he's only a 54 overall. I just missed on every single pick. And I take that upon myself, though I did rely heavily, as these are not real players. I have to rely on not only the MLB draft rank, but our own scouts ranks. And I thought we did pretty good by picking up Nicholas Smith at 10 when our scouts had him ranked 5th. And we have 3 good scouts, you know. Um, 1 or 2 really good pitcher scouts in the 90s, I believe. And there's no doubt I sent them to scout Nicholas Smith. And they thought he was the 5th best player in the draft. And obviously he was not. So it appears we're going to get no help from the draft in future years, at least this year's draft. And that is the bad news. But we won't hang our heads for long. We will continue to play Twins baseball and hopefully get to the September call-ups, which will have some interesting decisions to make. So the A's beat us. It looked like we won a bunch of games there. We did. Well, one of the two games that did stop on, we lost, but we won 5, 6, 7 in a row, including 2 over Detroit. So we didn't go undefeated that week, but we sure did well. We won 4 and lost 2. So let's try to sim to the end of August if it'll allow us to. We're winning a bunch of games. There's David Festa with 6 innings pitched, no earned runs, and in line for the win. And he picks it up. Hey, our old friend Carlos Correa. If Zach Jackson can hold the lead in the 9th inning, we will beat our old friend Carlos Correa, even though he went 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored, a home run, and 2 RBIs. So that's great. And the Red Sox came back and beat us. So, Carlos Correa on first. The Red Sox up by 1. And it is Lawrence Butler that the Red Sox got from the A's for their top prospect. So we'll go to 2 more days, because that is when the September call-ups are. So Duran shuts it down, and we get the win. Festa at 14-5, his ERA at 2.55. I don't know if he's still in the running for the Cy Young Award. We'll have to take a look. Let me save this. I haven't saved it in a while. And even though files have never been corrupted on MLB The Show, we don't want to be the first. But anyway, let's see. So we are 21 and a half games up on the Tigers. Let's see the overall standings. So the Mariners are 82 and 57. So we're about, I think, 9.5 games up on them. But the Red Sox have a worse record than the Mariners at 79 and 58, but they are leading the wild card, I guess. And then the Rangers, Astros, and Tigers are in there. And then the Orioles are winning the East at 84 and 55. But it is too early. Nobody has clinched anything yet. But we are in good shape. But there is a margin for error, so we can't let up. We have to continue to play good baseball and win games. What's funny is every time I look at the last 10 games, it seems like we're 7-3, and yet we just, I don't know. It seems like we would have pulled away from many of these teams more, and in some ways we have. Anytime you're 9.5 games up on a team, I mean that's a pretty good lead. Let's check the awards right now. Let's just take a peek. So none of our guys are in the running right now for most valuable player, but David Festa, Minnesota's own, at least after they drafted him, is not only in first place, but Joe Ryan, another Minnesota Twin, is in second place. So I don't want to say Festa has it locked up, because in no way does he. In fact, I think there's the margin for error is, again, it's pretty slim. If George Kirby wins some more games, usually for Cy Young, they definitely count wins. That's why I'm a little surprised Joe Ryan is in here at second place, especially ahead of Kirby. But I do think they count strikeouts too, or they lean on them a lot. And so Ryan has so many more than Kirby. And that's just I'm not a member of the press. I don't vote. But that's my watching baseball for many years. So batting title, Luis Ariz is tied for second. Doesn't look like he's going to beat Yordan Alvarez, though. Excuse me, guys. And then there's our guy Duran in line to win what used to be called the Rolaids Relief Man of the Year Award or something like that. Sometimes I think they just shouldn't give the Rookie of the Year award out. When a guy hits 228, has 14 home runs, 48 RBIs, maybe we'll pass this year. There's Roman Anthony, the Mr. Everything for the Boston Red Sox until they traded him away for Lawrence Butler. I know I was talking about this on the other episode, but it really is too bad for guys like Roman Anthony, who probably are going to suffer playing for a team like the Athletics because they have to play at the major league level and struggle. And so their numbers are going to be, I mean, I can't think of a better word, but they're going to be nerfed, they're going to be kept low instead of him dominating at AAA or even AA, and then AAA next year and come up as a 22 or 23-year-old, but, fully ready. And you look at that overall and he's just not ready at all. I'm so sorry, guys, for my coughing. Yeah, he has 353 at bats too. And those are just absolutely awful numbers. That is so sad for him. I wish I could send him down and, help him out a little bit. But you know what I mean? There's some years you just wonder, maybe they shouldn't have a Rookie of the Year award. I don't know. Okay, we just wanted to look at the Cy Young Award. September call-ups. So we currently have 13 pitchers on the roster, which sounds pretty good. What we don't have is a bench. And let me show you. You go to the bench, we have Blanco, Cartaya, and did I mention Blanco? We have 2 guys on the bench. We've been rolling with that. So we are definitely going to add some great players, I can tell you that. We're going to add the cold but uber talented Walker Jenkins. He is only 21, but he's an 83 overall, 21-year-old playing at AAA. And he started the year in AA, so he doesn't have tons of at-bats in AAA. So his numbers really are not that bad. They're not dominating by any stretch, but they're definitely not that bad. And the problem with Jenkins is he's just a pretty good player all the way around. I mean, he's bordering on a 5-tool player to a certain extent. I mean, he can grow into that probably. So it'll be interesting to see what attributes improve the most, whether it's contact, power, you know, I don't want to say speed because that can't really improve, but fielding or what exactly. So, but at 83, you're getting called up, dude. So Walker Jenkins gets the call, and check out, as Dogie calls him, Erod, Emmanuel Rodriguez, the top prospect that is not considered a top prospect for some reason. The MLB rankings and MLB The Show has just forgotten about him. Even though he has not reached the number of at-bats that would make him not a rookie. So what does he do? He just does really well at AAA. And keeps going up overall. Man, he's had a good year, like attributes wise. He's a difficult guy to not bring up. You look at his defense, he's ready to play. His speed, now he's not going to steal bases, but that speed is so helpful. And it's more than just getting to a ball that another player wouldn't get to. It's maybe getting to a ball and making an out that saves the Twins a loss. I mean, it literally could, many times those are called earned runs because the slower guys can't get to them. But when you're faster, you get to those balls and you're a good fielder and you have a good arm. I mean, you make plays that other guys don't. That helps the pitchers out and it helps your team out. You win more games. And I know everybody talks about WAR, but I don't think they put enough stock into speed with outfielders and even fielding and arm strength. I just think they're invaluable to a team and saving them from losses. They generate wins, but it would be kind of foolish to call up two outfielders at this time. The other position that we really need probably some backup is at second base where Castro is playing. And not that Castro is horrible, but we could kind of use a player that is just good all around. So we have a couple choices. Let's look here. I believe I'm finally calling him by the right name, Luke Keeschel. But I'll double check that again. But look at him and Brooks Lee. Those are the two guys I'm looking at right now. Now, Brooks Lee is just tearing it up right now in AAA, and he has been all season. But Keeschel is tearing it up in AAA too. He just doesn't have the at-bats that Brooks Lee does. But let's look at what other positions Keishel can play. He can play third to spot Royce Lewis if needed. He can play center. But I'm a believer if you can play center that you can play right or left. Brooks Lee, he can play second and third. So basically he could back up at short for Bichette too. And he's a switch hitter. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I think because my plan is to really give Keishel or give whoever comes up at bats at second base, that I'll call up the guy who usually plays second base, and that's Keishel. And I believe we have two more guys to call up. Is that right? To get to 28. Man, this is tough. I mean, at that point, you almost have to uh, call up. We just don't need outfielders, though, really. Yeah, he can play every position in the outfield. I guess if Walker Jenkins doesn't hit or doesn't, play like he should, then we have Emmanuel Rodriguez, and we even have him as a pinch runner off the bench or a late inning defensive guy. All right. And one more guy. Do we go with a pitcher? Do we bring up Lamar McCoy and put him in the bullpen? That's what I'm going to do. Oh, he's not, huh? I think that's just basically him just signing a form here. Let's just get you to sign this form here. There you go, Lamar. Thank you for signing there. And welcome to the Major League roster. So I try to not have cuts in these as much as I can, but on stuff like this, I wish I cut more, just because it's a pain for you guys to have to watch this. If you'll bear with me, I'll be quick. Oh yeah, the lineups. Oh yeah, everybody's gone. So spots opened up. Okay, we should be ready to go, guys. Oh, we didn't change the Major League roster. I would like to change the lineups. I know some people may disagree, and that's okay. It's okay to disagree. Gosh, when you look at Walker Jenkins, he doesn't look that good. But part of it's because he's just kind of good all the way around. But sometimes that's not the answer. I don't know. All right, don't kill me, Twins fans, but I am taking some beloved Minnesota Twins out of the lineup. Oh, who is the DH against righties? Let's see. Oh, Walner. All right, we're gonna run with that, guys, for a little bit, and if we start seeing us slipping a little bit, then maybe we make some changes. Luke Keeschel hits his first home run, his first major league home run as a Minnesota Twin in his first game And he's gone 2 for 4 with a run scored, 2 RBIs, and a stolen base. Congratulations, young man. So we lost to the Royals. We won. And we beat the Guardians. So I think we went 3-1. That's good. Twins beat the Yankees. Oh, the Yankees win. Ooh, that hurts. 3 out of 4 losses. Hopefully it wasn't the replacement guys. Let's look at the standings. So we clinched the division, but we have not clinched the best record in the league. So 93 wins, 101, 89, 88. I think it doesn't matter. I think I don't know. I guess the Orioles statistically could still get home field advantage, but let's play the Dodgers. We may have to play them in the World Series. Wow, Simeon, Woods, Richardson, helter skelter. You never know what you're getting from him. He has outdueled Yamamoto. Twins are up 2-0. He's still on the mound after 8.1 innings pitched. He's only allowed 4 hits, 2 walks, no earned runs. Shohei is up. What's going to happen? The Dodgers have defeated the Twins. Wow. Wow, the AAA team, they won their division. Well, of course, they had so many major league ready players. Sorry, you won't have them anymore. And the Wind Surge, the AA team, also won their division. All right, let me look at the standings again. Oh, we clinched the best record in the league. That's what I like to see. So let's finish out. Ooh, look at our defense. It's up to 7th by changing up that lineup. I like that. I like it. I'm not saying this is what we're doing in the postseason, but we're seeing how these guys play. Besta is still rolling. He is 16-7 with a 2.87 ERA. So his ERA is creeping up and up. Saints, our AAA team, have been eliminated, of course. Walker Jenkins. If he hasn't already, he hit his first home run tonight. He had 3 RBIs and a run scored. Red Sox won that game. Woods Richardson pitches another gem. We've lost just 1 to Philly. Okay, we win that game. Joe Ryan's last start of the year. Congratulations. The Twins have finished the season at 104-58, a 642 winning percentage, and won their division. You will be taking on the winner of the wild card playoff game. That is good news, guys. Good news. Let's check out some awards. Oh my goodness. So our David Festa, 25-year-old kid, was overtaken by Joe Ryan, his own teammate, to win the Cy Young Award. How exciting and sad at the same time. We're happy for Joe Ryan. Most valuable player was Jordan Alvarez. Oh, wow. Festa finished a distant third, it looks like. Yeah, he did not pitch well in the last month of the season because I thought at one time, had a 2.55 ERA, fairly recently, and it ballooned to 3.03, and then he didn't win a lot of games, so that hurt him too. So he fell behind Tarek Skubal to finish third. But with that being said, congratulations to David Festa for having a breakout season, not only for himself, but for the Twins and their future. That is exciting. And Joe Ryan, congrats on probably the lowest win total of any Cy Young Award winner in the history of Major League Baseball. But congratulations nonetheless. Batting title, Jordan Alvarez. That guy wins every award, it seems like. Our Luis Arraez finished second with a 314 average. Oh, Duran got beat out by the Royals closer. Man, he came on strong. Well, that's too bad. And there's the Rookie of the Year in the American League, Ryan Clifford. Don't forget that name. Hank Aaron Award goes to, I don't know if I should just move to the next one if it's Jordan Alvarez, and then you guys just know that's who won it. No, but Alvarez wins that award. Luis Gil is the Gold Glove pitcher. I'll kind of scroll through this to see if we have any Minnesota guys. Alex Bregman from New Mexico, my home state. Jeremy Pena, the guy who took the spot of Carlos Correa. So another connection to Correa. Wow, Jake, our very own Jake McCarthy was maybe a few putouts from winning the Gold Glove Award. Congrats, man. And thank you for, I mean, he's naturally a center fielder, but we've made him a left fielder since we have Buxton. And he has done amazing. Almost won a Gold Glove. And Byron Buxton, our very own, wins the center field Gold Glove. 1,000% fielding percentage. I mean, that's perfect, right? Wow, there's Lawrence Butler. He's sure paid dividends for the Roman Anthony trade. Look at Matt Wallner. He finished second in the Silver Slugger for DH's award. Nice job. Ryan Jeffers finishes second. I hope this isn't like the All-Star voting where at that every one of our guys was in third place. I hope this isn't every one of our guys finishes second. Apparently that is what is happening. Arise finishes second in the Silver Slugger. Oh, okay, we didn't have anyone there. And Royce Lewis finishes second to Devers, who had an amazing season. Royce Lewis had a really good season, but he kind of tailed off the second half. But you can't argue with those numbers. And Byron Buxton finishes second to the man who only hit 20 home runs last year, Julio Rodriguez. But he hit 28 more than that this year. So congrats, Byron Buxton. Silver Slugger, Byron Buxton finishes second to Yordan Alvarez. And second to Mike Trout. So I don't think you get a trophy for that, but you get a congratulations from CP3, EP, and all tens of his followers right now. We'll check out the National League real quick. We'll go through it faster. Bryce Harper, Glass now. Roki Sasaki finished third. Kyle Tucker won the batting title at only 316. I don't know. Ooh, he just won by percentage points over Xavier Edwards. I'd be mad if I were Edwards. Reliever of the year Wow, Edwin Diaz with 57 saves. Christian Campbell, Rookie of the Year for the Marlins. 25 points over the Mendoza line. So he hit 225 with 17 homers and 44 RBIs. So these other two guys didn't give him much of a race. Yes, Miguel Machado did. Kyle Schwarber for the Hank Aaron Award. He had a big season. Luzardo, Gold Glove pitcher. Moreno, Harper, Estrada, Chapman, Lindor, Donovan, Jacob Young. There's Pete Crow Armstrong, if he could just hit. Fernando Tatis. Shohei as a Silver Slugger. Will Smith. Bryce Harper. Wow, Tyler Fitzgerald at second base hit 25 bombs. What happened to Ketel Marte? Alec Bohm with Connor Norby almost winning that thing. Trey Turner wins it for short. Then Schwarber, Tucker, Corbin Carroll, and Teoscar Hernandez finishes second. So Joe Ryan led the league in strikeouts. Bailey Ober led in winning percentage, and Johan Duran led in saves. Byron Buxton led the league in triples with 14. Luis Arraez in hits with 213. And Byron Buxton led the league in WAR at 8.2. Now, we all saw his offensive numbers, but to get an 8.2 WAR means you have to play unbelievable defense. And I guess we saw that too with his 1,000% fielding percentage. Maybe he didn't have an error this year. 8.2 is absolutely astounding. And now to see how our young guys hit. Actually, we'll look at everybody. Buxton, amazing. Royce Lewis, pretty amazing. Duran, yeah. Man, Griffin Jacks is a solid setup, man. Pablo Lopez. $14 and $12, man. I hate that he loses so much. We must just not score runs when he pitches. Excuse me. Joe Ryan, amazing. Bailey Ober, amazing. Wallner with just a terrific year. Festa, still the surprise of the season, and not only a great thing for this year in our playoff push, but a great thing for the future. I mean, we're only paying the kid $800,000 to pitch, and he almost won the Cy Young. Bo Bichette, really just obliterated all of his numbers from last year, even though he had a full season last year. But like I shared in one of the episodes, he was coming off that injury last year. And even though he played a full season, sometimes it takes a full year for you to recover from those injuries. And whether it was that or the Twins fans or, just being in the Twins lineup, whatever it was, he was back to kind of his old self. Ryan Jeffers, one of the best catchers in the game, for sure. Hitting catchers, decent backstop too. Jake McCarthy, man, that guy is secretly an MVP type guy because he plays amazing defense. And just look at those numbers, man. They are so good, especially for really an afterthought or a guy that I wondered if we would just bring off the bench to pinch run or bring in late innings to, be a defensive replacement. He's been phenomenal for us. So Walker Jenkins, wow. So I kind of don't know what to say. I look at the 10 runs, I look at the 6 bombs and 15 RBIs and 97 at bats, and I want to jump for joy. Then I see the 227 average, and so I don't know what to think. Wow, he went up 1, 2. It looks like to an 84. 227, man. What else? Yeah, I don't know, man. Kind of forgot about Erod, or I did. He only got 9 at bats, so you can't really measure that. I got to hand it to Woods Richardson. He kind of had his best season ever with a 3.58 ERA and a 1.30 whip. Good job. I believe he was an 82 and went and moved up to an 83 during the season, so even better. Zach Jackson, besides walking a bunch of people, guy is just amazing. I think he has super low walks, which is just hard to believe, but everything else is so high. So Zebby Matthews didn't pitch much. Luis Arise, oh yeah, he played a lot. And here we go with Luke Keeschel. I don't know what to think. 89 at bats, 9 runs, 2 homers, 9 RBIs, 5 steals, 270 average. Pretty good. Wow, he did have 26 strikeouts and 89 at bats. That's not great. Willie Castro in 500 at bats hit 231. Had 12 homers, 50 RBIs, and 27 steals. I think your days are numbered, sir. I don't know. And we didn't get Brooks Lee at bats. But what did he do? In 6 at bats, he had a bomb and went 2 for 6 to hit 333. Huh. Cole Sands, man, he's always pretty good. Had another good season. Matt Waldron, we called him up. He looked good, pretty good. Not bad. I know I say this every year, but Brant Herter is secretly the best player under 79. Easily in the league. Look at that guy. He pitched 114 innings in 86 games. .90 ERA and a 1.02 WHIP. That's the best trade I've ever made. I can tell you that. I mean, maybe the Jake McCarthy trade was pretty good too, but getting him from a rival like Detroit was pretty sweet. So does it not show us their minor league numbers just because the season's over? Well, that's too bad. And they've got to fix that. They've needed to fix that for years. And I know it's more than just you know, an algorithm or moving you know, something over here on this chip or whatever. I realize it takes up a lot of space to keep guys' minor league records, but you would think in 2025 that they could hold on to guys' minor league records so you could see how they did. Even looking back, like not just on current seasons, but on previous seasons. That's too bad. Well, guys, we are. I don't use this word much, but I just feel like I have to. We're on the precipice of possibly winning a World Series title. I mean, that is. I think the people in Minnesota would be happy. But we've got to get everything together. We've got to, I guess, narrow down our roster. I'll do that off camera. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any thoughts on keeping, some of the guys we brought up from AAA and, designating for assignment certain guys like Darren Blanco. Let me find him. So this guy right here is on our roster, and he started for a lot of the year. I mean, I guess they sent him to AAA, but once we send the minor league guys down, if we do in fact do that, he'll be back up on the roster. And I don't believe he hit above. Oh, he did. Most of the year he was below 200, and then I think he did get to 210. And good for him. He got all the way to 222, and he hit 7 home runs somehow. I don't know how he did that, and he's so fast. So 23 steals is nothing, but like he's one of those guys that you bring off the bench to pinch run for anybody, but he can't do anything else, or not much else. So anyway, let me know in the comments. I mean, if you want. If not, don't comment. It's okay. But I love feedback from the viewers, and I appreciate especially those that are, Twins fans, but just fans of good baseball, and love to hear from you guys, hear what you think about our chances for another World Series for the Twins. I mean, it's been a few years, but we're going to try to bring it back. And I don't know, just let me know your thoughts on Byron Buxton and that amazing WAR. Did Royce Lewis have a down year, hitting 253 with only 89 runs scored? Did Pablo Lopez fulfill the role as a closer at 14 and 12, which you really can't control if your team only scores 1 run? And is there anybody bigger than David Vesta right now as far as breakouts? I just don't believe so. But let me know your thoughts, guys. I sure appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. You'll be amongst an elite few, that's for sure. But it is a new channel, and we're starting slowly but surely. And please smash that like button, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.